Hi, I'm Mark, and this is Let's Vibe, the channel all about crystals and our feelings. So, it has been a few weeks at least since my last video, and it's just been a very interesting time. I just, in my own experience, the energies are just changing, they're moving quickly. I've been experiencing a lot of discomfort, but at the same time, there's been some really beautiful breakthroughs, I would say. Yeah, I would call them breakthroughs. And I may have to make another video to talk about that. But yeah, so it's felt very stressful in a way, but at the same time transformative. And we are officially in Aquarius season, and I am a Aquarius sun. So I was thinking about, what kind of stone would fit with this Aquarius season at this very rather unusual time. Having Pluto also, Pluto officially in Aquarius as well. And I kept being drawn to a really special stone that my Reiki instructor gave me just as a surprise gift one day. And she had found this Ibis Jasper sphere. So I had never seen this stone before. I had never heard of Ibis Jasper, but as you can see, it's the reason it comes from Madagascar, but the reason it's called Ibis Jasper is because of these white and light brown pieces that are just covering the outside of the stone. Those pieces kind of look like ibis feathers, and an ibis is a type of water bird found in Egypt and I think other parts of Africa as well. But so it's a very interesting stone. Beneath it, it's sort of partly translucent or transparent in places, but beneath all of these feathers, it's kind of got this, it's almost like dark water, like the appearance or sense of dark water, and it's like these feather pieces are sort of just floating on top of this dark watery inner part of the sphere. And it's also got a lot of these small crystal caverns. They're called vugs. Yeah, here's some other ones. And yeah, it's a very beautiful stone. It's a very fascinating stone. And what really makes it fascinating for me is when I first the day that I took this home, I spent some time meditating with this stone, and from the get-go, it was just a very powerful experience. It was a very powerful trance-like experience. And I immediately got this image of Anubis, the god of the Egyptian god of death, and I saw him in the form of like a relief sculpture at one of those ancient Egyptian temples. And that was interesting and kind of surprising, because I thought that I would maybe connect with the energy of Thoth, um, because Thoth is connected and symbolized by an ibis. He has the head of an ibis, and he's the god of wisdom and magic and writing. But no, I was immediately connected with this energy of Anubis and the energy of just ancient Egypt. And it was just a very powerful experience. It was a very strong energy that was moving through me. And so, what is this stone really about, though? Ibis Jasper, in connection with the appearance, the physical appearance of the stone, this stone is all about moving through the broken pieces, moving into the deeper, darker spaces where our shadows reside, and where the things reside that cause us pain or fear or anger. Ibis Jasper is a very powerful aid in the process of reintegrating the parts of ourselves that were broken off. I'm trying to think of a word, it's just not coming to me, but those parts of ourselves that were removed somehow through some sort of trauma or just some kind of wounding. Ibis Jasper helps us reclaim those pieces that have been disconnected from the self as a whole. So I think that this is really a very special and important energy and type of crystal for a time like this, because right now we are seeing more of the darkness out in the world, more of the ugly faces of systems and entities, and we're just seeing more of that darker element that's always been there, but we're seeing it more clearly than we ever have. And that really requires an inner strength and the willingness and ability to look at those things that are frightening, or not so much look at, but acknowledge those things and allow the feelings to move through us. And this doesn't need to be about outward world events and stuff like that. This is really, we got to start with ourselves. You got to start within yourself. Ibis Jasper gives an energy of powerful grounding and protection. And I think this is a stone that is very helpful in that reintegration process, as well as imparting that strength to move through the emotions and the feelings that are not comfortable. Because that's how you reintegrate it. You allow the feelings, the emotions to move through you and be fully expressed. Personally, for me, that almost always looks like crying. I find crying to be extremely transmutational when it comes to my deeper emotions, and it's cleansing, and provides relief. But that's really the process at its simplest. It's that process of allowing yourself to feel whatever it is that resides within us and grant it space, no matter how ugly it may seem or scary it may feel, but grant it space in the sense of allowing it to be wherever it is, whatever it is, acknowledging it, feeling it, which is that's kind of like saying, listening to it, listening to what that feeling has to say, but instead of words, it's coming through in emotions. And then it's released. But by release, I mean you're really reclaiming a part of your power, a part of your most authentic self. This is a very, very deep and very complex, it can become a very complex topic. And I do have many experiences that I can talk about of my own through this kind of process, because this is something that I've been doing for 6 or 7 years now, maybe 7 years. So yeah, Ibis Jasper is all about that. It's all about it. It's, if you are ready to really dive deep within, if you're ready to face the things and feel the things and have a better understanding of the things that bother you within your psyche, within your heart, Ibis Jasper can provide the energetic assistance and guidance that can help you accomplish that. What's really interesting though is when I went to really more deeply connect with this stone and I wanted to speak to the spirit of this sphere, this crystal sphere, the message that I got was that this was a power stone for me. And maybe it's just, you know, this stone for me personally connects, I'm connecting with it in a way that is accessing my own personal power in a very direct and clearer way than with other stones. That was just very surprising because that's not something that had been on my radar. I'd read about power stones, specifically in the context of like shamanism, like Mongolian shamanism. They have power stones. But that wasn't really on my radar. I wasn't looking for one. I wasn't even thinking about that. I didn't even really think that there was a power stone out there that I might find. But it kind of explains why I connected with this so immediately and so powerfully. And I continue to do so. I continue to connect with this in a very powerful way. And so I just wanted to mention that because I think it is pretty cool that, yes, there are crystals or stones out there that can connect, or maybe not multiple, but at least one that can connect with you on a very personal, powerful level. And maybe that's something, you know, if that sounds intriguing to you, maybe that's something you can ask your own guides, your own guardians to guide you towards your power stone, because it's a powerful tool. It's very empowering. I mean, it's everything that the name suggests. It feels very empowering. It feels very strengthening. And but at the same time, I wonder if maybe a lot of people might find Ibis Jasper to be a power stone, because simply because the stone itself, you know, all of those metaphysical characteristics that I was talking about earlier, all of that leads you to your personal power. So the stuff that this stone helps you with is exactly the path towards reclaiming your personal power. So I don't know, maybe, I mean, I can definitely say this sphere, this piece is my own power stone. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if other people discover pieces of Ibis Jasper to be their power stone. But anyway, so I would keep an eye out for this if you're interested in that healing process. Again, make sure you have the support and help that you need if you do decide to go down that healing journey. It does require support of some kind, a therapist, a mentor, friends that are trustworthy when it comes to your emotions and allowing you to express your emotions. That is very important. So I was thinking about songs for this stone. It's kind of hard to pick up a song to, you know, capture a stone like this. But the song What You See Is What You Get by Britney Spears came up on my radio playlist, and I just felt like it makes me laugh. I was really feeling it as I was also as I was just holding this stone and listening to that song. I just I mean, yeah, because I feel like there's a connection, because aside from it just being a fun song, there's a connection with Ibis Jasper, in the sense that when you've gone through that healing process, that reintegration, pulling all the pieces back together, or reclaiming pieces and discovering a new, truer image of yourself, at that point, the message really is, what you see is what you get. This is me. This is me in all my beauty, my glory, my strength, my power. And that's something that is accessible to everybody. And yeah. So I will include a link to What You See Is What You Get by Britney Spears in the description box below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you'd like to donate to the channel, I've got my PayPal and Venmo in the description box as well. And as always, thank you so much for vibing with me.